Good afternoon, everybody. As you're aware, we have had to say to a year group that we are closed for 3 days this week. That's the Year 8 and only Year 8 students. This isn't because of an outbreak in the school. It is because of low staffing levels, be that for COVID-19, self-isolating or other reasons. We didn't have the numbers of staffing required to safely run the 7 zones. And remember, we are trying to zone our school in order to place safety at the heart of everything that we do. So unfortunately, it's not a decision we take lightly at all, but we have had to say to the Year 8 students that they're not in school Wednesday, Thursday, Friday this week, and we are reviewing that, and we will look to put in place a rota, if need be, of other year groups around that. Of course, today we've gone into a national lockdown, and I am a little surprised that the Tier 2 guidance from the Department for Education hasn't come into play, and the Tier 2 is when a rotating system of year groups takes place in schools. So that hasn't happened, so we're open for all children, with the exception Wednesday, Thursday, Friday of Year 8. So the reason for this address is to make clear what our remote learning strategies are. Unlike some organisations, we haven't gone down the road of doing live learning. We think that in terms of our preparation, that isn't the best way forward, and our staff have spent a long period of time preparing for this eventuality, and we are happy that our remote learning strategies will work. I know a slideshow has been presented previously on the website, but this is the opportunity for Miss Halford, who coordinates our teaching, learning and assessment in the school, to talk to you about the remote learning and why it is we're doing what we're doing. Thank you for your support.
Hello everyone, it's Mrs Halford from George Salter Academy. Since March, when we went into the first national lockdown, myself, teachers and staff at George Salter Academy have been working behind the scenes to come up with a remote learning plan that we think hopefully will suit the needs of all students. Ideally, we want our students in front of us in classrooms, working with us and learning together. However, in the current times, we know that that is not always going to be possible. So these are the plans that we've put in place to ensure that provision continues over the next few months and to make sure that all of our students are trying to achieve their full potential. Okay, first model is obviously face-to-face classroom teaching. And we've tried to do that over the last half term up until this half term. Mr Price has alluded to the fact that some students have had to be educated off-site, and we know that that will probably continue over the next couple of months. So if that's not possible, what teachers have put in place are video lessons. These lessons have been compiled and put together by teachers who are specialists in their subject areas. This means that students can carry on following the scheme of work, the curriculum, their timetable, with the lessons that have been planned for them. Mr Price mentioned about live lessons, which are obviously a really good idea. However, not all students can access the curriculum at the same time. We have students that have to share a device between 2, 3, 4 siblings. So sometimes it's not possible to carry out the video lesson during their timetabled lesson. This means that they can come back to that video lesson at a time that suits them, and also that they can re-watch the video to consolidate their learning, and perhaps in terms of Year 11 and 13 for revision. It also means that any other family circumstances that might affect their access, the children can work around them. However, we also know that some students haven't got access to ICT. So the progress leaders for each year group coordinate postal resources that are sent to our students. Again, these replicate the provision that the students should be getting in school. We know this isn't perfect. What's perfect is us having our students in school, but hopefully we can keep refining this model until it's as best as it can be. As ever, we are ambitious for every child in the school, and we are really, really dedicated to ensuring that their provision, whatever the circumstances, continues over the next few months.